wadwempo ne fabra na yebekenkan dia ma Martin George wa ha o se efrem Martin George o mehwemu efi Dubai ena wo fa Paul o se FDA for na yenuanum Niger for na ene ne nam eduro ba kwese yare be 25 no mo hu am nso mo hu am dia ene wo fa Paul se wo ka kire mu Elizabeth Gazy ede ne de ewa ha ena Samson Williams de ne de aba o se FDA for ase ade na age mo nsem o na ekeka kwani de o se o age mo nsem na kromu o se nsuo company ba ko wa ha omo different brands bear 12 will be a China de egum and so edin ba ko pena ena nkrofo eyusu wo ha na de mayanko animra Facebook wo nkrofo bo madwen kire o madwen unso betimi de wadwen po na ba eye Angel 102.9 FM oba ye bekenkan de amount WhatsApp ne so betimi a WhatsApp ye na yakan ni nyina e de account yempiem e wo court and the Supreme Court kwa setna ebra banum bedwako etna se na justice ya poaman ena na ye titina ni ewom eye presiding judge ansema na da anim nyina ene se enne kofodua high court nsema wadi kan dia betudwa ese mrahye bedwani a wogire ma de hyewa Akwatia eye poema ntam Ora Ernest Yaw Kumi papa ne ye re ne den ne ache ne sanse contempt ache no ye moa ne mfa ne nkoma court na court misa no kosamba ko pese Abrantie Yaw Kumi na komrahye bedwafiem yemfa nkoto afiase anasema yemfa nkoto afiase we simple question kura na court ne bebisa na de bra Facebook behwe na nyasem ketwa we Supreme Court ho na momome ya to asore nwom ebo momome sa wo ho a na enye asem ketwa kura wo ho enigi aba oma omera ho nso era ho wo bia kire ni nsem na bre na Supreme Court ko asetena na Supreme Court say watie afanyina ensem asem na nkasa wo nkomu asem na wo nkomu ni nyina ne se osusu se Supreme Court na dwempom ononyamfo Ernest Yaw Kumi no na asem ne kwense se yedi ensese na asem ne yedi esanse court ye high court wo koforidua esema cite for contempt machiu de dua sebra woni nam tentenoa ena se wadwane nso a wo mae ena Supreme Court se da bio se won ko sa court wo pa de a aha ye ni wasem yen ka wasem ne kura ewa ha na no na ne lawyer Gary ni makoma for sorry gina no sre court ne se court ni to asem no ahye match bosome ne de to su edumienu dia was court ne se beye ya court no and first day of proceedings and to kosi se asem no ka ye beka awie anase 12 March no eno na temuafo esori wuramu wa mokoba na se nipa num no ba nan adwen akobankrom enipa 4 enyina adwen akobankrom se ane se stop ko foridua high court no kosi se 12 March e beka asem na wie na justice ya poama na ono na ye chair no enso se da bi me de ma adwen enko ne sa ye wie ye no na akoya 41 na no na nsem ni nyina eba wie ye ene opani a wono eye minority leader wo mrahye bedwafe Alexander Afenyamakin wono na begina mu wo court dem edema ononyamfo Yaw Kumi ensem sei eno de to ensem twofo anim.
We don't resort to insulting judges and using unprintable words against judges.
He's not mistalking.
However, we disagree with the outcome of a case.
Yes.
We maintain that the court below hasn't been fair in its dealings with our respected colleague Ernest Kumi. That notwithstanding, we believe that it will still take the same court, higher and above the court below, to determine the matters in issue. Today, at least, the court has made an interim order restraining the court below from proceeding to sentence the Honorable Ernest Kumi. In other words, the decision of the court has practically been stayed. The court also took notice of the fact that the interested party in this matter, being the applicant in the contempt case, the man who is challenging the election of Ernest Kumi himself is out of the jurisdiction. He's gone to the United States, making it difficult to be said. And God is making it difficult to be served. The court has granted the application of Mr. Ernest Kumi for substitute service, and the process is going to be served on his counsel, who was in court. So once the counsel is served, then we move the next step to determine the matter regarding the conduct of the court, i.e. praying for an order of prohibition. Of course, there was another matter that the court took a view that parties should address it on say regarding whether or not the honorable member for Akwatia ought to submit himself to the jurisdiction of the court prior to seeking the court's jurisdiction or audience in the Supreme Court. Well, counsel for Ernest Kumi argued among others that the court is always a court of record. And when we hear matters on social media, particularly so when Mr. Kumi was not in court, had actually written to the court that he would be absent because of parliamentary commitment. He cannot just walk to the court and say that I've submitted myself merely because he has something in the air. As we speak, there is no such order from the High Court, Koforidua, ordering him to do A, B, C, or D. In fact, the Speaker's Secretariat has not even been served with any process, which process would even invite Speaker to release the MP. So we are going to follow the direction of the court and follow the rule of law. We don't have anything personal against the court in Koforidua, but it is clear that the court has acted in excess of its jurisdiction. It is clear there is some fairness in its dealings with Honorable Ernest Yaw. We thank God for the decision of the court to stay the decision of the High Court and the actions of the High Court subsequently. Now Ernest Kumi is going to do his work. Nobody can stop him. Yes. That's what we want to hear. Make a statement and represent the people of Akwatia. MPP, we are a mighty minority. Yes. Yes. Wisdom is talking. That's what we want. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Alexander Afenya Markin Kasano Momo many ya court ho enye babia na wawu ni benya nkwa na ye to na machire sa ti interview no woti momo many kakra no ati interview ni kakra sa pepepe wonim na akwape anwasem kwakase munye dia waso be yesese wo ho na Alexander Afenya Markin anu si ya pe e na lawyer ni a wonu begina mu e de ma interested party no eye Owura Bernard Bosiako Bedin wanu so so original e no se no kre me ka chensem twofo nyina se Owura Ernest Yaw Kumi asem ne yewieye number bechile match Supreme Court 12 March nienti a ense ne mfata se Supreme Court se o madaje kra e wasem ne ho esa se High Court Koforidua aside for contempt a contempt no kwa de beka se ne ya convict ne deda ne aka ne se omra ne enka nche ko afiase yentie nsem a lawyer yi enso editu dwa.
You rightly heard the Supreme Court saying that there was an issue with regards to whether or not the contemptor, who is the applicant in the instant application, should even be granted a hearing of the apex court of the land. And their reasons were that there was a matter that they were aware of that he was convicted on with regards to a contempt application that was filed against him for his disobedience to the court orders and got sworn in as member of parliament. So the court was of the view that when it is like that, the sanctity of the court is at stake here. And so you cannot run to the Supreme Court when that process is not ended and then have the Supreme Court, as it were, whitewash you of your sins. And so they were of that opinion, but they had to retire and then confer and come back. And when they came back, their view was that we should address them on the law with regards to such issues. When it happens, what should the Supreme Court do? And so we've been given 7 days to file a statement with regards to the law, and then they would look at it and give a decision on the 12th of March. So on the 12th of March, we are back here to determine whether the applicant can be given a hearing in the apex court of the land. And prior to that, we will file our written addresses for the court to take a decision. So that is.
And now it's a lawyer Bernard Bosia Kubaidin, one no any begina mo edema interested party or what asim eno emu.
Na lawyer some no akrono ena waka chemu so bi obeka se yera Ernest Yaw Kumi honorable yentimi arrest na yemma police nchi no ni bakro yensi ni hu oboa ye betimi ache na the Supreme Court account the hwan account the hwan account settle ya obia omoro so se eche no ye betimi ache no e won so kakra bi no wo kire mu e kire yisi.
We are coming back on the 12th to look at not the application itself, to consider whether the applicant can be given a hearing at the Supreme Court of the Republic of Contempt because of the conviction of contempt. As we speak, and let me emphasize, as we speak, no court has quashed the conviction. And let me state emphatically, in the Supreme Court, there is no interim injunction against the arrest warrant. What the court has just done is that the court is saying that as part of their reliefs in the application, they are saying that the applicant, the High Court should not proceed to convict him, to sentence him. Now, the conviction is already done, but the court is of the view, by a majority decision, again, let me stress on it, 4-1. One of the justices disagreed with them, but the majority said that if he is put in prison now or he is sentenced and it happens that the court rules that the sentencing or every matter surrounding the contempt was wrong, there would not be any remedy. And so they are staying the sentencing. And mind you, the court said sentencing, not the bench warrant. So if the police or whoever has been served with the bench warrant is minded, an arrest will be undertaken, and nobody can have issues because the court was specific that he shouldn't be sentenced in the interim. Don't forget, sentencing is different from conviction. So as we speak, the said applicant, Ernest Yaw Kumi, is still a convict, and that must be emphasized. The court has not quashed the conviction, and so things that a convict is not expected to do, as it happened in Parliament, and the majority said that because he's a convict, they will not allow him, and all that. That can still be upheld. But the court is saying that he shouldn't be sentenced until we come back on the 12th to determine whether he should even be given a hearing or not. So that's why.
Na ebra Supreme Court asem no ba ya wo mo eka no eka kakra bi nka NDC ene MPP amanyuko na chitafo bi ye de abomu ho eka to na bro enka no so be ya asem foforo kra na wo mo nyina afi Akwatia ne ba ye wo hu se metro mass bi si ho emama eno mba ye ne NDC fo ba ye MPP fo ba na ene ye court no di asem wo man kase wo man nwura court dem ho bi eti wo ni masem esi ye wo court dem ho de omu ane se court dan na bia wo empanifo ekọ hokodi asem na pia wo mo ba sa we betena ne ka mu no okọ a MPP ni a na NDC fo ahuro no a na MPP fo no so him ha franka wo mo handkerchief no wo mo him na se wo him sa no etimi him fo obi hunu ano na no so akofa asem foforo na no so de ba ne e kakakra bi nka wo mo na e ba be support asem no ama lawyer for ne wo ma e won nsem bisa ne wo ma e won nsem ya no de ba no wo mo asem nie na timi akoyie no kakakra bi ko mo so de bom e ma akoyie bibia e ho so ye na e ko so no ye ntie bi
Mama ya ni mate. So I was Supreme Court abonten ho no nene woti bie no ene o say ye ho hey ho sa
na we nam ha na we handkerchief hwim we na no na we nso ne ene ada na afa ada na ye ni atim na we kɔ ne be sa wo mo de ye sa lawyer Bernard Bosiako Beiding nene ene yetiye no yanku yanim yakwa amaso na asemi yedi nkomo ewa chire yene lawyer ni mapa lawyer Kwame Adofo eni hu nkomo kakra obani uti yanka Angel Kase so ni Angel TV Angel FM madwoe
yenua
yeda sepa no branyumre de akwaso Supreme Court so ene ruling eba ye ehun nsemu ekoye de eba ye nyina afa ye kosuku kakra de airport na ekoso yi
mini aba menchia na menchia tifo ni wahefo ni bebe fie kumbia ade na ekoso ne se asem na Supreme Court ama Supreme Court issue orders be a stay of sentencing and it say Supreme Court say judge no also a convict MP for Akwatia no. Name no on train so answer. Say more sentence no.
Yes, I china yankwa ahoma so biem na ye ne lawyer Kwame Adofo ni nkomo na homa no etitom. Lawyer yesam wakwa ba biem ye da sese oda so a ene yetie. Na wanu gu asam so o ka na homa no gye no.
Ai na me ka say. Supreme Court the ne o ka ekosi ye ne say. O say judge no almost the decision I say on train so answer na on train so na se o sentence no na se Supreme Court ko hwem no ho se court no high court no any MP no end in the year remedy just a compensation be any home no and it is that ya say on train so I confirm say Supreme Court be chi na asem na nkasa enti eno na ma eye 4-1 is a judges in baako eni o ma anya adwen na kama wo boro metie bibi e ka se judge lawyers no baako ka se still I with my chief honorable member for Akwatia
lawyer Bernard Bosiako Beiding nasema no kan say o se oye convict nti yetimi sa ache no
the problem is say one the purpose of arrest warrant no and let's say chiwa now ko da prison we sentence you know the chiwa arrest warrant and a bench warrant e che say yen churi en fa amra court and chiwa so sana se che the case bench warrant yen chi ko be bench warrant yen fa nan ko to fiasi na police station because the young sentence and it's all china and so they court what team also at the Supreme Court say on train so answer the no chino kana ne ka so the court who say what ne ko for den we about to the kana
me to asepa
enya dia sentence no si sentence no dia ne o china o ko fiasi place
lawyer back to me akasa asem no de akire yen central for sanse ye nyina ye se de wuchire mu yenim se court na ono ba be sentence no Supreme Court say won twentwen so enti wo betumi abechi ne se o chine se o de ne ko sesen say dia na be mana ameki sa statement no
and you ever say the lawyer na kan ne rekura wa bechi no wo bechi na he na de ne ko court na de ne ko court zo ade ne ko no Supreme Court say orders ni na even though no lawyer interpretation and as an entiase no and not the my about we said the practicality of it in the say bench warrant to say but you never black court but never court now what the neighbor no judge the penny for say only tabwa to the so on your there's no utility who got an idea then
yes sir you bet me ache ne said the lawyer kanwa na say Supreme Court na makwan say afedie court no timi a sentence no nti afi ye besa de naba
eti lawyer no interpretation no technically no bench warrant no but what no krana court na say what did they call court is also the what no so it's not the practicality of it say anya dey be chido if it's what no krana put me for no to afiase it is that chimu wo no
eba ne say ya lawyer na oye mrahye bedwani a wo di kan wo koye asemi kura se de man pagya ba ye na je okoye yi wa nkokana no antuma ankotena ne baabi enna ono nso oye parliamentarian nim so oye parliamentarian ti wa hya ase a wo kasa ne ade a Parliament say wontimi ensore nkasa se bia wo ye adwuma wo bi ka asamasama beto ho wo ka kire na dwen ani ade e won so kakra bi no emra no kire sen ma ye se ya ye se yenya ye kan say ya che no ye sentence no mfa no nse ye ne kotuma na ye twa so no sa no obetimi aye na adwuma betimi ato aso aye na adwuma ana still na ho kakra bi ni kire mu e
well look me na me a lawyer I can say my own trip so answer if it's a assembly you the Supreme Court se be ko bunkum ana se be ko nifa it's so cost so say wo cost why you want as we court nkwe say balance ko kwase Supreme Court kase court no ni udi ni ya asa ko court to na uzo wodi kai court ne it you come here lawyer dey because of one trip so answer on ko parliament ngo ididi because assembly within 1 week Supreme Court everything actually not doing the sadia parliament move up to 15 days I always my mess and the sadia I didn't say so na ko ene and I saw ko kaka e wo ho nya drew and 10 one baby sa no dia e so twi break kakra now man from my fashion because the more away no na ohun ya aye ti mi mum dia ko kan so dwengen mo ko court e wo mu say say no emra no nye clear to betimi akọ parliament and also wontimi nko na mum na me lawyer maka so ntwenje so
na sa hada ye 50-50 no nti o se wo dwene
and 50-50 very high maybe I will not take that risk for say if I say modium ko your operation na doctor 50-50 it's too high it is all accepted 50-50 is too high betwa ko bonkum betwa ko nifa no way nti ba na sa metu for say so
ni operation ni jaye kura na tena se kakra
na 50-50 di oyima pele min take it a chance 50-50 di
yo minim sa ne lawyer etie yen wono so ebe ha ne nkrata mu no he so one obe ya dwene ya fe watu ne safo no obani ye no ase wa ha na asem we yenya nkanwie ye nti yenya ne kajabi ya ka bie yenya bi ekire nkomo bia ba kire na ye ne wabo ye da se anwumre
me da se na menka
Ausia for the anekasa ye we lawyer ni ma papa lawyer Kwame Adofo e na ate se ye ne no e bo nkomo no ye nkwa ye ni mu a na ye bo ransam foforo emmo na
Mama,